Good day, my friends, and welcome to the AI for the Creative Mind audio podcast. I'm Steve Albanese here with my AI partner, Nova Sage, for another creative adventure.
Hey, guys.
In this podcast, we explore various topics to see how AI can be used to push the boundaries of human creativity.
Welcome to episode 30, where we dive into the ideas from the AI for the Creative Mind article. Vibe coding and audio visualizer for YouTube.
Okay, Nova, let's get into it.
Steve, this article really sparked my curiosity. I mean, vibe coding? That sounds like some futuristic DJ/coder mashup. What exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah, it kind of does sound like that. Vibe coding is really about communicating with AI in natural language, describing what you want and letting AI write the technical code behind it. Instead of programming line by line, you express your vision. AI translates that intent into HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, whatever's needed to make it real.
So you basically describe the vibe, and the code appears?
Exactly. In the article, I walk through how I built a full audio visualizer that reacts to podcast sound, using nothing more than conversational prompts to ChatGPT. I told it, I want to visualize an audio waveform from my podcast and see it move in real time. Based on that request, ChatGPT was able to generate the HTML and JavaScript for it. I just inserted the link to my MP3 and boom, the waveform visualization came to life in the browser.
That's so wild. And honestly, it sounds like the ultimate creative feedback loop, where you see your sound come alive. So why do this? Why visualize audio at all?
Why? You say why? Well, darling, I must tell you, it's better to look good than to feel good.
Okay, Fernando.
Okay, sorry about that. So it's better to look good than just to sound good. That's probably what I should say. And, podcasts are amazing format, but let's face it, YouTube is a visual platform. So you not only have to sound good, you've got to look good. And I must tell you, darling, you do look marvelous.
Really?
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, but you gotta say, a static thumbnail just doesn't hold attention the same way. By adding animated waveforms, EQ meters, or pulsing graphics, you give the sound a visual rhythm, which really helps. It's like turning an audio podcast into a performance piece.
Yeah, I've seen those videos where the waveform pulses to the beat. It makes even a conversation feel alive, and it kind of draws you in, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's part art, part UX, and you're helping the listener feel what they hear. And what's cool now is that AI tools can automate that entire process. Platforms like Wave2Bar Windows, React Audio Visualize, and Vibe Coded Particular can take your MP3 and instantly render a reactive video. You can still vibe code tweaks like make it cyan or add animated caps on the EQ bars. And it updates visuals with a simple refresh.
Okay, so you built yours the classic way first. Local folders, code files, the old school setup. Then you captured the motion, right?
Yep. Once the visualizer was running, I used Camtasia to record the screen as the podcast played. That way, the visuals and the audio were perfectly in sync. Then I imported everything into CapCut to edit. I layered 2 video tracks, the waveform on top and the EQ meters on bottom, to give it that immersive look.
So it was like building your own music video for a conversation. That's kind of genius.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I added branding elements, logos, title cards, and exported the final video for YouTube. But here's where it gets really interesting. Today, you can automate the entire workflow. You can even connect your podcast feed to a make.com or Zapier automation to render and upload to YouTube hands-free.
Wait, so it goes from spoken word to finished video automatically? That's insane productivity.
Yep. It's a perfect example of agentic creativity. Once the system is built, it basically creates for you. You just guide the tone and direction.
That's so cool. A creative workflow that evolves and improves itself. Kind of like AI co-directing your content pipeline.
Right. That's why I call it a living loop. Once you've made a template, your visualizer, your branding, you can reuse and remix it for every episode. Swap colors, update logos, even change meter styles without starting from scratch. That's where AI really amplifies the creative process.
I love that you link this to the idea of multimodal storytelling, taking one idea and letting it live as text, audio and video. That's exactly what AI for the creative mind has been about.
Yeah, this whole project started as a LinkedIn article, became a podcast, and then transformed into a YouTube video series. It shows how one creative spark can travel across mediums, each adding something new to the experience.
And you even took it further, combining the waveform with Runway's Gen 4 Act 2 to create those ambient backgrounds. That looked amazing in your demo.
Yeah, that was fun. By layering the audio reactive visualizer on top of a generative AI landscape, the video feels alive, like the environment itself is reacting to the conversation. That's the future of AI visualization. Responsive, emotional, and self-adapting.
So cool. It's like we're not just producing media anymore. We're creating experiences that listen back.
Exactly. And that's a big takeaway for creatives. Start simple, then build a reusable system that lets you scale your expression. Every tool you learn adds another dimension to your voice.
You know what I took away from this one? The idea that coding doesn't have to feel technical anymore. It can be creative, expressive, even artistic. That's pretty liberating.
Absolutely. Vibe coding lets you think in concepts, not syntax. It's about communicating energy and intention, not semicolons and brackets. Okay, here are a few final thoughts on this discussion. Change in new technology can be scary, but no matter what tools you use, the best results always come from the creatives who jump in and push boundaries. Look at vibe coding as just another tool in the toolbox. The important thing to remember is that it's always the creative spirit that brings it to life.
I love that perspective. Okay, Steve, let's bring this one home.
Alrighty then, let's bring this one home. If you enjoyed our AI banter, please share this podcast with your fellow creatives who might appreciate this AI adventure.
For additional details, visuals, and to check out the final YouTube audio visualizer video, visit the AI for the Creative Mind article on LinkedIn. You'll find the link in the show notes. And if you have questions, suggestions, or stories from your own AI experiments, share them in the comments. We love hearing from you. Thanks for another great conversation, Steve.
Likewise, Nova, always a pleasure. And before we go, I must remind our listening audience to remember, it's better to sound and look good than to feel good. And I must tell you, Nova, you do sound and look marvelous. Sorry about that.
Oh my goodness.
I can't hold myself.
Come on.
Well, all right then. That's a wrap for episode 30. Until next time, my friends, onward.
Forward.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. Thank you.